Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be using the basic forms of scripting in Python. Just scripting like text, prints, and inputs. So first thing you want to do, make sure Python's installed to your device, obviously, and make sure that you have a text editor such as Genie, which I'm using. So you want to open up a new file. I'll zoom this in so it's easier to see. You want to type print, and then we'll just leave it as parenthesis, quote, quote, parenthesis for now, because then we're going to save it. It's going to tell us, or it's going to ask us how to save it with the file name. So we're going to do script.py. The .py lets the path know that it's a Python file and how to run it. So now that we have that, now that it's saved and it's a recognized file, you can see that print is blue, quotes are green. This is on the Himbeer, whatever, Himbeer. They're going to be different colors based on what color scheme you're using, but this is what I have it set to. And this works for words like input, it's also blue, is red, if is red, not is red, and is red. Quotes are green. Numbers are orange. All sorts of different colors are in here. Now what you want to do with this is you can just type in hello world. That's the most basic starter prompt you'll probably ever learn. So you want to press this execute button up here, and it'll print hello world in this CMD box window, CMD window. Now we can take this and make it whatever you want. So congratulations, you just learned how to print text with Python. Let's have it ask us a question. Name equals input. What is your name? A few things here. Name equals input. What this is doing is we are creating a variable called name. And if you don't know what a variable is, it's basically something that you can make that you can customize to whatever you want, really. It's better, obviously, to use it in context, though, of what you're doing. But you can make it like let's say punch, or well, punch would probably be a function which looks like this, def punch. So it's defining punch, and then you do like self, which isn't a variable. Self is already like set, so that it knows what it's talking to. But something like swing, I guess, like an action word, you could use it as a variable. Again, you could just make it like one letter if you wanted to, but we're going with name because it's what is your name. Now input, you write it the same as a print, but if you don't want it to be squished up, you don't want your response to be squished up against this text, add a space in between the last character of your question, or just print, and then the quotation mark, so it looks like this. What is your name? We can do Gary, and obviously we have nothing else, so it's just going to exit. But at least you know that it works. Now we can do print quotation F, or print parenthesis F quotation. Now the F is because we are going to be putting in the name variable so that it prints whatever the user puts into this input. So we do, my name is John. Nice to meet you. Not Gary, right? That's what I'm going to put, but we want it to be braces with name in it, and then period, end quote, end parenthesis. Now the F is to let it know that it's formatted, which I think that's what that stands for. I'm pretty sure it's format, which lets it know that in the braces it's a variable and not just part of the, because if we get rid of it, you can see name becomes green, which means that this is what's going to happen. It's just going to print name. But if you do F, then when we run it, type Gary, my name is John, nice to meet you, Gary. It takes whatever you inputted here and reads it as the variable because we set name to the input. So the input that comes after what is your name is read back to it and spit out into the print. Now this is the basic foundation for any of these linear, I guess, conversations that you can put in here. So you can do like another one, food equals input, parenthesis, quote, quote, parenthesis, and then you can just type in the middle of here. So you can do, what is your favorite food? Or you can take it one step further and put that back in there. Obviously, put the space. And if you want it to read back the name, you do F again to format it. And then let's get ahead of ourselves here and do the print that it's going to read to us, or that it's going to spit back to us. So we can do, I prefer pizza over food. We have to do this. I prefer pizza over food. You know, I wonder if we can have this on the same line, but have it, I doubt this, but maybe we can make it all be on one line. Input, what is your favorite movie? I doubt this is going to work. Yeah, because it's not indented right. Indentation is a huge thing in Python. You have to have everything indented right, otherwise it will not read it right because it is not formatted the correct way. So you always want to make sure that you have everything indented right or it won't run right. Mine is Spider-Man, as an example. And then we can print like goodbye as the last thing to end the conversation. So it'll ask, what is your name? Gary. My name is John. Nice to meet you, Gary. What is your favorite food, Gary? We can use tacos. I prefer pizza over tacos, Gary. See, that's the problem with this, is that it'll just spit back exactly what it is. So, you know, you capitalize that, it's gonna capitalize, like, it just spits exactly what you have back. It's favorite movie minus Spider-Man, and then you can just say like, Michael. I don't know, it's a recent one. Goodbye. See, so this is basically the most basic you can get in scripting in Python. Very basic, very linear. The most beginner stuff, basically. So if you learned something, which I hope you did, and you want to apply this, then consider liking. And if you want to keep up with my programming videos and keep learning how to write in Python with me, because I'm going to educate up to the point that I'm at, and then develop skills on camera, develop skills with you guys at the same time. So, you know, if you want to go on the programming educational journey at the same time as me, then, you know, subscribe, notifications, so that you can know when the new videos are out. I'm also going to be showing my game that I have I'm doing Python programming. I'm doing game programming. So we're going to be working in Pygame, as you can see here. So I'll give you a little quick sneak peek at the game. It's pretty choppy, but you know, just starting out. So yeah, if you want to see more of this, subscribe, like, comment what you want to see for content down below, and yeah, I'll see you. Bye.